This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Pedestrian safety is a two-way street. Both drivers and walkers need to do their part to keep roads safe. When you're walking, remember, the drivers may not always see you, so remember to use these tips to continue to walk safely. Wear bright clothes. Always use crosswalks and obey signs. Lights and reflectors should be used. And finally, keep alert and do not walk distracted. This message brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Patrol.
CJ Used Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances has the best prices in town, sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'll tell you, they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882, CJ Used Appliances. C-Graphics Printing, located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, a complete print shop for all your printing needs. They do it all. Color copies, resumes, funeral programs, rubber stamps, full-color business cards, wedding and graduation invitations, and more. 30-plus years of quality work and service. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, Tennessee, 901-345-9294. C-Graphics Printing. C&S Motors Auto Sales, located at 2508 Summer Avenue, here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-323-8778. C&S Motors Auto Sales has been around since 1984. Go by and see Chris today for some of the best pre-owned and used vehicles in the city. They have SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, whatever you're looking for in pre-owned used vehicles. Hey, you can find it right there at C&S Motors Auto Sales. See Chris since 1984. They will treat you right. Call them at 901-323-8778. That's 901-323-8778, 2508 Summer Avenue, C&S Motors Auto Sales. Max Back Taxes, 4422 Yale Road here in Memphis, Tennessee, 901-382-1414. Get the maximum back on your taxes. It is now tax season. 15 years in business, precise, professional, and honest. Hey, you need to go by Max Back Taxes, 4422 Yale Road. Call 901-382-1414 and talk to Tamara. Get the maximum back on your taxes with Max Back Taxes.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol, here to explain the Tennessee Hands-Free Law, which is a new state law effective July 1st, 2019. In Public Chapter 12, it makes it illegal for a driver to hold a cell phone or a mobile device with any part of their body, to write, send, or read any text-based communication, to reach for a cell phone or mobile device in a manner that requires the driver to no longer be in a seated driving position or properly restrained by a seatbelt, to watch a video or a movie on a cell phone or a mobile device, and to record or broadcast video on a cell phone or mobile device. So, can I still talk on my cell phone while driving? Yes. A driver is permitted to use an earpiece, headphone device, or a device worn on a wrist to conduct a voice-based communication. The driver may use one button on a cell phone or mobile device to initiate or terminate voice communication, and voice-based communication may also be used to send a text message. Learn more at handsfreetn.com. This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Pedestrian safety is a two-way street. Both drivers and walkers need to do their part to keep roads safe. When you're walking, remember, the drivers may not always see you, so remember to use these tips to continue to walk safely. Wear bright clothes. Always use crosswalks and obey signs. Lights and reflectors should be used. And finally, keep alert and do not walk distracted. This message brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Patrol.
CJ Used Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances has the best prices in town, sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'm telling you, they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances. Live on that platform as well. So,
yes.
All sorts of ways you can check us out. So, TalkBackLive Network is the place to be. Also, speaking of that, the website, TalkBackLiveNetwork.org. You can listen to us live there as well.
Indeed.
And that's it.
All right. And, hey, it is now 9:09, 9 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock Central Time. Good morning to you on a Monday morning. And, Josh, let's get it rolling on our topics today. And, again, our phone lines are open if you'd like to call as well. 901-213-6020. And in the headlines today, we've got we've got a couple of things that we want to talk about today. And, you know, it's a lot of things going on in the news. You can choose from anything you want to make a headline. Well, there's a lot of things going on as it's been heard and talked about, and you know about lives matter. Well, do you agree with that statement? Well, most of you do, and we do as well, but is there something else we need to know? Well, I tell you what, we're going to talk about it and some things. Well, let's talk about it. Josh, there is topic now that everybody's been mentioning, that Black Lives Matter. Mm-hmm. And of course, I agree with the statement Black Lives Matter, and a lot of other people coming out of the closet now and agreeing with the statement Black Lives Matter. You have white people, Hispanic people, you have black people, you have all kinds of people that are crazy over the statement Black Lives Matter. And John, in the world is going on with?
Well, as you said, we definitely with the statement, because the statement is a statement of fact. Now, you know, we all know what's been going on as of late. You know, the inciting an even bigger amount of vigor toward the movement that has been there, but now it's seemingly taken off again. To a whole nother level. So it's got a lot of people wondering, okay, what is the actual organization all about? Now, when I say Black Lives Matter, or when most people do, I generally tend to believe that most people are not talking about an organization, at least regular people, right? And you're thinking, okay, it's a true statement, so it needs to be said, and we're going to say it proudly. That's a good thing. But when you look into the actual organization, are there things to be concerned about? That's the question that we're asking right now. Let's go in. The whole reason why this is brought up.
Are people agreeing?
And I'm about to
go ahead.
I'm about to get into what you're talking about.
Yes, sir.
So, all that being said, the mission statement. In any organization, you want to see their mission statement, right? Mission statement means, what are we all about?
Yes.
Our purpose, our mission. What is the goal of the organization? Some people have done some research on that, and depending on who you are, there are some red flags in the statement, at least in my humble opinion, and Bob as well. It's an
organization.
Yeah, in the organization's mission statement. Yeah. So, I'm going to read it to you, and you guys tell me what you think about it. So here it is, word for word, as I get the text in front of me here. And here it is. Now, this is from the official website of Black Lives Matter, BlackLivesMatter.com. We are guided by the fact that all Black lives matter, regardless of, and these are quotes, by the way, regardless of actual or perceived sexual identity, gender expression,
economic status, ability, disability, religious beliefs or disbeliefs, immigration status, or location. All right? We make space for transgender brothers and sisters to participate and lead. We are also reflective and do the work required to dismantle cisgender privilege and uplift black trans folk, especially black trans women, who continue to be disproportionately impacted by trans antagonistic violence. Now, is a portion of the Black Lives Matter mission statement. Yeah.
I wonder why they, particularly women here.
Mm-hmm. And transgender women.
Transgender women.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Well, I don't know. Like,
There are 3 women that founders of the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah, 3 black women.
And they all 3 of them are considered, or has been said that they are gay women.
Lesbian women.
Mm-hmm. All right, so this is why they reach out to what? Transgenders, gay women, and they're particularly talking about women in this particular thing here. There is another statement that they made about the what do you call heterosexual?
Yeah. And that's now, in case people don't know, cisgender means heterosexual or straight,
right?
Because I didn't even know that. I've started hearing that phrase in the past few years. But anyway, here's the thing to what Bob is saying. So when you hear that, it makes me wonder. Whatever you feel about gay folks, but my thing is, why is it such a huge portion of your mission? It's almost like they are more of the focus,
right,
of the organization than the just Black Lives Mattering. 'Cause here's my thing: I've always had an issue with, and I've been seeing this trend on social media too. I'm sure Bob has and other people that are watching as well. And I know this is a controversial road to go down, but it is what it is.
Yes.
Look, the whole thing, and you even heard it in the Black Lives Matter mission statement, when they say all Black Lives Matter. Then you started hearing the trend online, all Black Lives Matter. And then really, it was a movement by a lot of homosexuals and transgenders and all that to put themselves into the movement. Some people say, well, they felt left out. Well, look, if you're black, you shouldn't feel left out at all. Why do you need an added acronym in the wording to try to see? That's what I'm saying, and the way I felt all along. A lot of the time with the LGBTQ movement, right? It's never about as much about equality as it is taking over or dominating the headlines. And even with the Black Lives Matter movement, they tried to put themselves in the forefront of that.
Well, now, see, that's true. And the thing that we need people not to be deceived about is when they say Black Lives Matter, that's a true, it is a true statement. I am not focused on, I am focused on the Black Lives Matter because that's a true statement. I'm also focused on their agenda. Not if it's okay to accept the statement Black Lives Matter, but there are some people that are now embracing the organization because of the statement. The statement Black Lives Matter. Now, if you're in the organization, then people don't know what they're embracing. So we're here today to let you know you're embracing something that you may not agree with. Okay? Now, I agree with the statement Black Lives Matter. Statement Black Lives Matter. There's no embracing the organization Black Lives Matter and what they stand for and what they don't stand for. That's a whole nother topic all by itself. Now,
say that again.
Those are 3 black women, black ladies that started this organization, and they're all gay. Okay? And this is why they're focused on other gay women and making sure that they come. Now they're also here. They're not focused on and don't want to give to the what do you call
men, I need
men.
You know what's interesting?
Men
too?
are straight people.
Yeah,
heterosexual.
yeah.
They don't want to give to that. Okay, they don't want them to be a part of the organization. They don't even talk about that. They don't even want to be a part of it.
Call from
Vincent.
to accept.
Vincent, welcome to the show. Good morning on a Monday morning.
Good morning, Bob and Josh. How you guys doing?
Good morning. How are you?
Fine. Glad to hear you are back on the air this week, and you're a topic to start talking about.
Yes.
I commend you on your book, So this is what I would like to say. As a black man, I've experienced racism, I've had situations in my life. However, I kind of had to hit the brakes on this Black Lives Matter deal when I did, like you guys, kind of research some of the agenda elements of it, and it's kind of a sneaky thing to attach yourself to a issue like police brutality as if what you really mean is Black Lives Matter. I'm an organization. Now, I'm not talking about the actual statement. Black lives do matter.
Exactly.
We should not be subjected to police brutality. The thing with George Floyd was one of the most demonic things I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you something, man. We got to look at the whole picture of this thing. And I heard someone say, "Black Lives Matter. Fathers need to father their children." If Black Lives Matter, we need to look at some of the entertainment elements where you have trap, trash, rap music filtering the minds of kids that put them to be inspired to be criminals. I teach school, and I had a young guy come to the room when he had some headphones on. Call them earbuds or AirPods, whatever you call them things. He had them in his ear, and he was humming this song called "I Got Murder on My Mind."
Wow.
By this guy named Y.W. Kelly or somebody like that. I think of the artist's name. And so I asked him, I said, "Why you got murder on my mind?" He said, "Oh, Mr. Clark, it's just a beat. It's just a beat." I said, "No, it's more than a beat." I said, "That's technology." He said the guy that wrote the song, he was talking about why he had his mind because some of his homies out there had set him up and did some other. But I said, "Son, listen." I said, "What you're saying is this is the doorway to first degree murder. If you sit there meditating on something, you're going to be what you meditate."
Right.
And my whole point for saying this is, if you're going to say Black Lives Matter, we got to start addressing all of the different areas of brutality. No, you're not getting beat down with a stick listening to crazy music, but your mind is beat with the ideology that can change the way you think.
Right.
And a lot of our kids, they address each other as BITCHs and HO. And a lot of that comes from home, but a lot of it also comes from the music element. And I'm just saying, all of these different facets that have caused pain on us as African Americans, we need to address all of it. Let's just not stop at the police brutality. Let's just not stop at the racist flag or whatever. Those are symbols, but the essence of the matter is men have and not taking care of the kids. But fathers, knowing the lack of fathers puts kids at risk to a lot of things. Not to say that every kid doesn't have a father. There are some.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? So let's broaden the. Let's not limit it to police brutality, because police brutality, you may have one out of every 500 that end in a beating or whatever, which it shouldn't. But I'm just saying, but you got thousands and thousands upon thousands of people not being responsible and people being affected by the things that I just articulated.
Well, then you talk about, the black concern about police beating up on black people, or killing black people or whatever the case may be, which is very, very little compared to black people killing black people themselves.
That's the most hypocritical thing. That's my point exactly. That's my point exactly.
You know, and but the thing about it is we're talking about the Black Lives Matter statement. We agree with that, but the Black Lives Matter organization and the stuff and the things that they believe and what they're all about on the inside of their organization, this is what we're trying to uncover this morning.
And check this out now, and Vincent, real quick, just to let you know also, it's ironic that you bring up about the father in the family. Check this out. This is also a quote from the mission statement of the organization. Plus, if we could, I want to play this video from.
This is the mission statement of the Black Lives Matter. This is what the mission statement is. What it's standing for.
Yeah.
What they're all about.
Now, and real quick.
Yeah, the organization.
This is the part I did not read.
Okay.
But it fits to what Vincent was just saying. Check this out. We disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure requirement by supporting each other's extended families, things of that nature. Now,
they what now?
And I'm going to tell you what it means.
Okay.
Disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure. Now, what that means is that the man and the woman in the house, the regular known family,
God created it, one man and woman.
Yeah, what they're saying is even they want to dismantle that reality.
They want to do away with the man and the woman thing, and then hey, the transgenders, the lesbians, and all that other kind of stuff. This is the agenda that they want to promote. So when you get behind the statement Black Lives Matter, don't be so blind to the fact that you can embrace the organization too.
Yeah, just
be careful. Don't embrace the organization. It's all right to embrace the statement Black Lives Matter, but don't put that and embrace the organization Black Lives Matter. If you do, this is the kind of stuff that you're embracing. They want to do away with regular marriage, man and woman. They want to embrace transgender, lesbian women, and all this other kind of stuff. This is the stuff they're all about. And like I said earlier, 3 women started this organization, and they're all gay. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Bob, let me say this. Now, what you just said, it concerns me. We have a lot of pastors. We have a lot of well-known business leaders who, like you said, blankly got that tag in their business windows. They put it on signs. Some churches put it on their bulletins or whatever, on their website and all this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You would think that if we're teaching the word of God relevant to what God said, a man leave his mother and father and cling to his wife, and the two shall be one flesh. Yeah. And to mother, one thing that I've always, and this is going to be kind of graphic, it won't be profanity, but I've always gotten zero response from lesbians who, when I asked them, I said, well, if you don't want a man, why do you use a strap-on in your relationship? Why do you want children? Children are byproduct and a sperm together. If you don't want to have anything to do with a man, see, this lets you know what the root of it is. The root of it is rebellion against God's structure.
God's structure.
That's basically, that's the bottom line. It's a subtle, all at the same time, rebellion against God's structure. If you don't want a man, then you don't want children.
Right. And the thing about it, too, God created male and woman. He said, go and multiply. You can't multiply if 2 women are laying together doing their thing. There's no multiplication. And the seed comes from the man. Hey, we're just being blunt here and just letting people know what it's all about. Hey,
I agree. Now, just to jump in for a second.
Yeah.
Now, what I don't get is, I got you. But look, here's the thing. Now, when you talk about an organization called Black Lives Matter, what you would think, as anybody, right, is this is an organization focused on social justice, issues of discrimination in all levels as a black person, including police brutality, including everything else, and other areas of helping black education, helping black communities in poverty, things of that nature. But that's not really the focus.
That's not the focus.
It started under that vein back when the Trayvon Martin situation happened, when it started. And when you read their mission statement, it goes that into total LGBTQ agenda for the last half of the mission statement.
Yeah.
And what's disturbing about it to me, again, is one, there's more talk about, and like I said, there's nothing wrong with like trying to say you support women, but they talk about, almost like the way men think and the way women are down here, including transgender women, and they call women that. There's no real talk. It really is a low-key shot at most black men. It's almost like a negative attitude towards the black man in general in the whole statement here. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like a negative, it's like there's some type of bitterness there.
Yeah.
That is addressing under the guise of fighting for black men. We talk about Trayvon Martin, George Floyd, things of that nature. So, also, one last thing I'm going to read here. It says, we dismantle the patriarchal practice that requires mothers to work double shifts so they can mother in private even as they participate in public justice work. We build a space that affirms black is free from sexism and misogyny in environments in which men are centered. We foster a queer affirming when we gather, we do so with the intention of freeing ourselves from the tight grip of heteronormative thinking, which means straight thinking.
Right.
Or rather the belief that all in the world are heterosexual. See, now when you get into all this, I feel like that is totally, that's a whole nother organization. You go all the way away from black anything at that point.
That's exactly my point.
Yeah.
I mean, the point I'm making is, particularly as Christians, I mean, why would we support that? I can see us taking a stand, less emphasize the importance of saving black lives with the perspective of justice and requiring revisiting of laws and structure and police practices, some of the things that are embedded in this. But as a man of God or as a Christian, I can't support this organization. And it's kind of to see how pastors have just latched onto this without even taking the time. Every pastor, if you're responsible, you should do, and I ask for like that. Every pastor who's using this ideology at church should take the time to indoctrinate their churches. Hey, this is what this is about. Well, we're standing this for justice, but this organization is one thing, because it's almost like seeing the protests. One last comment. Seeing the protesters out here.
Yeah, no. Okay, go ahead with your statement real quick.
Well, the protesters out here protesting against the laws of the country and blah, 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 and then they on the 4th. I mean, are you celebrating the 4th of firecrackers? What are you doing? Why you want to firecrackers on the, if you the country? See, it's hypocrisy, man. It's a mess, and that's all I got to say about it. But I do commend you guys for bringing it, because a lot of stations are not really dealing with this. A lot of churches are not dealing with this. People sure not doing it in the newspaper. And even the hypocrisy of some of the league, NBA, they're going to have Black Lives Matter logos. And you don't mean that. Nancy Pelosi them with those Kenta Claus, you don't mean, if this wasn't an election, you would not have a darn Kenta mask on. Don't play me like that. I'm too intelligent for that.
Now, see, here's the thing, too. You got pastors and churches that have, like you said, riding around cars, bumpers in their windows, Black Lives Matter. Okay, and
with the logo.
Yeah, when you ride around with that in your car, your members and others, people that are saved that don't know any better, that don't know the underlying background or the history or the underlying belief of Black Lives Matter organization, what they're all about, start supporting the organization. And we have to let people know it's not the Black Lives organization it's all about. It's about the statement Black Lives Matter. Now, having said that, do we do away with the statement Black Lives Matter now? Because if you say, the more you say the statement Black Lives Matter, then people are going to start supporting the organization because they think everybody support Black Lives Matter. And do we have to come up with another statement?
Here's the thing. And I think that's a great question. I want more people to get on answer. But quick thing, Vince, before you go, I'm gonna say this. To me, and it's such a shame that this is kind of what's going on with the organization, because honestly, this is simple but very powerful when you way. And I
agree with that.
And I think, and I still believe, that's just my opinion, that the majority of people that are using the phrase and they have no clue about the organization, in its inner depths, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think that's people that are out there with the right intentions.
Even though they have the right intentions and you still use the name Black Lives Matter, what are most people going to think? They're going to think that you're supporting and you're talking about the organization. So therefore, yes.
Well, one last thing. The money, see, this is the key thing. Donations are being made to this organization.
Because of people making the statement Black Lives Matter.
Exactly, but we need to find out where the money is going. I heard somewhere, it was a video somewhere I saw online that talked about the money is being channeled back to white politicians, fund certain campaigns. And it's really not really going toward the organization to further the cause of black people. And so that's a deception all within itself.
Well, the organization is not trying to, it's an organization not furthering the black race. It's all about transgenders. It's all about gay women. That's basically what this is all about. And it's
you know what?
Yeah.
I commend you all on your stance. Now get ready to take the persecution because everybody don't like this. But I commend you for having the guts to put this out there like this on your first show back in a while. Hey, you are some brave men, man. Y'all some brave men. You ain't no sisters, that's for sure.
No, definitely.
Well, the thing, hey, Pat, this is our network. So hey, we can. I'm the president.
Say what you want to say.
If they're going to complain, they have to complain to me.
You say you're the president. That brings you up. Yeah. One last thought. What about Kanye? The show talking Kanye West.
Good Lord.
That reminds me of Prince Mungo Hodges running for mayor. Remember Prince Mungo Hodges?
Hey.
Y'all have a good day.
Appreciate it.
Vincent, thanks for the call. All right. 901-213-6000. Woo. If you want to make a call, if you want to call us, line is open.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, and I want to do this, Bob, because it kind of got to a point that he was talking about the NBA Black Lives Matter on the basketball floor, right, during the game. Right. Now, I want to be understanding in this vein. I really think, especially in some of these white-owned organizations like or run organizations, I put it that way. I believe a guy like Adam Silver, I believe he wants to do the right thing. And I think with so many of the players, they want the statement there for the right reason.
And I don't think they're putting the statement there to support the organization Black Lives Matter.
No.
But when you put the statement out there, I don't care if it's on the NBA court, I don't care if it's on the NBA basketball, I don't care if it's in a football arena or wherever, if the Black Lives Matter sign or statement put, then it has to make people, it's going to point attention to the Black Lives Matter organization, all this mess that they stand for.
Now, and I have a video.
Yeah.
With a Marcellus Wiley, former NFL player, on Fox Sports, had a thought on the organization himself. And he's faced some backlash for what he said here, because this is a very sports take. It was more on the just the opinion on the organization from his perspective.
All right.
And I'm gonna pull this up real quick, and I want y'all to hear it.
All right. If you have any comments, leave your comments on our Facebook page or call us at 01-213-6020. And we're talking about Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter compared to the organization Black Lives Matter. Two different things. And we don't want people to get mixed up on this. When you say Black Lives Matter, I know most people are supporting the statement, Black Lives Matter. But at the same time, what you don't know is that by supporting the statement, that people think that you're supporting the organization, which is a total corrupt organization. They don't really people and stuff, especially men. They don't support straight people. What do you call it? Heterosexual. They don't believe in that. They don't want anything to succeed in that. They want to support the gay agenda, especially gay women and transgenders. That's what they're all about. And so if you support Black Lives Matter statement and put it up in your car or whatever, then some people think you're supporting the organization. There are people now giving money to the Black Lives Matter organization and thinking that, hey,
they're doing the right thing.
Yeah, thinking they're doing the right thing.
I
so
get
you
it.
got this.
Yes.
Ready to go with it?
Yes.
All right, folks, take a listen to this and back
yes,
to take or your comments. Take a listen.
With you, is this a good idea? It's not a good idea. I do want to give the players credit for their flex to even get this to be more than just an idea, something to be in reality. I give that, but there's a problem with when you start to go down this road of freedom of expression, freedom of speech, and how much social space is allowed for those who don't support in that same space. And that's where this is going to go. Identity politics does. It divides and it polarizes. No matter how you want to look at it, that's just the effect of it, no matter how great the intentions are. We all know the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So it's an interesting play. I don't know how many people really look into the mission statement of Black Lives Matter, but I did. And when you look, there's a couple things that jump out to me. And I'm a black man who's black, and my life has since 1974. And in this organization in 2013, I'm proud of you. I've been fighting this fight for me and for others a lot longer. Things. My family structure is so vital, important to me. Not only the one I grew up in, but the one I'm trying right now. Being a father and a husband, mission in life right now. How do I reconcile that, what I just told you, with this that says, quote, we dismantle the patriarchal practice. We disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure requirement. When I know statistics, when I know my reality, forget statistics. I knew this before I even went to Columbia and saw these same that I'm going to read to you right now. That children from single-parent homes versus two-parent homes. The children from the single-parent homes, this is in 1995 I was reading this. 5 times more likely to commit suicide. 6 times more likely to be in poverty. 9 times more likely to drop out. 10 times more likely to abuse chemical substances, 14 times more likely to commit rape, 20 times more likely to end up in prison, and 32 times more likely to run away from home. I knew that. You know why I knew it? Because a lot of my friends didn't have family structures that were nuclear like mine, and they found themselves outside of goals and aspirations. So when I see that, or as a statement for Black Lives Matter, it makes me scratch my head. I also see their mission is to eradicate white supremacy. In 2020, white supremacy is a mission. Woo, that's digging through minutia right there. I am on a show that I'm hosting along with another black guy who is hosting with me, who replaced another black guy. And that's just one example of it. So I understand, I respect your case. I respect what you're protesting for. I respect others who support protest.
Well, there it is.
Yeah. So he's the same thing that we're talking about.
Yeah. And one of the main things he was on was the patriarchal system of the family that the mission statement again they want to dismantle. Now, you talk about patriarchal, usually you're talking about like, father, mother situation.
Right. The regular natural family that we
now,
talked about earlier. Man, woman, children, that type of thing. Yeah.
And again, so the organization is saying they want to get behind the idea that more single parent agenda. You know, like if it's a single mother that's doing the thing, it's more like that is to dismantle the idea that if you don't have a father and a mother, that it's okay, that's normal too if you just got a mother.
Right.
But it doesn't say anything about if you just have a father. Fathers and men in general, which should be a huge red flag to most black men, to me, men and fathers in general are not brought up in the statement, in the mission statement. You hear what I'm saying? It's angled toward, not to say you don't support mothers or whatever the case is, but it's almost like they want to paint black men in a negative in that sense. Right. And that's a little bit disturbing to me. Yeah. And if y'all agree,
and that's basically what the Black Lives Matter organization is all about. Disrupting the
and I want to do this, Bob,
matter of the regular family structure and doing away with it, and then supporting the single family women and children, and the man, and a lesbian agenda, and the transgender agenda. This is what the Black Lives Matter organization is all about. So when you say this is my purpose of talking about this today, when you say Black Lives Matter, most people are thinking that this is all about the Black Lives Matter organization. You say Black Lives Matter, you're talking about supporting the black people, police brutality against black people, and all this other kind of stuff. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
But then you say the statement Black Lives Matter, then that gives support to the Black Lives Matter organization. Now let me finish.
Okay.
Do we need to do away with the statement Black Lives Matter and come up with something else that, hey, black people do matter? Black matter instead of Black Lives Matter. That's a good one. Let's say black people matter. Black people matter instead of Black Lives Matter.
And just to clarify what you're saying, it's like trying to point a direction away from civilization in some type of way, right, while trying to say the same thing.
Now, listen, if you say Lay's potato chips, then most people gonna say, okay, that's the name of a potato chip. Why? Because that's what you named. That's the statement that came out of your mouth. So therefore, you're gonna think about the company Lay's potato chip. Okay? So here it's the same way. If you mention Black Lives Matter, people are gonna think about the organization Black Lives Matter.
Here's the thing. Now, I don't disagree.
And we don't want them to think.
I understand that,
but what it was started by three lesbian black women, and that's
true. Yeah. Now, here's the thing, though. I'm not sure I'm in agreement with canceling the words just because your organization's kind of hijacked it.
Yeah.
And really they kind of put it to the forefront of people saying it. But here's the thing. Now, I have some comments real quick here. Get your thoughts on it too. Now, Jet, there's something further back to get to too. I missed. But Jet says, do we stop using the logo because gays made it their logo? I say, no.
Although,
yeah.
Well, I mean, rainbow was made by God. They just stole that from God. So we don't do it with the rainbow. What we do is we tell them, we make people realize that the rainbow was made by God and what purpose, what it stands for. But this organization that using the rainbow, talking about all kinds of people, God made all kinds of people, and that he agrees with all kinds of things. That is not true. The rainbow was created for something else. God's promise that he would not destroy and he would remember the rain that rains, and that the rainbow will appear in the sky, that he would promise that he would not destroy the earth with water anymore. That's what the rainbow, and it represents us. It between us and God to remind us and God of his promise. And those colors are different. You know, it don't mean a thing about all kinds of sexual relationships. That's not what it stands for.
He's agreeing with that.
Yeah, I know. He's agreeing with that, but I'm just letting people know about him mentioning that, which is very good.
Yeah.
You know that the Black Lives Movement stole the rainbow to say
LGBT.
LGBT. Well,
Yeah.
it's all gay, lesbians, whatever. Transgender agenda. It's the organization. They stole the rainbow to try to say this is what God meant. No, that's not what God meant. And so we want to make clear on that. Yeah.
Now, to me, and of course, all that's true.
Yeah.
But now, at least in my opinion, when it comes to the words Black Lives Matter, I feel like it's a similar thing. It's just not like directly. I guess it depends how you look at it, but it's not like God put the words in the sky or anything. But I think, once again, the majority of people that use it do not. So is it fair to let the organization rob people from using that powerful statement?
Well,
because to me, I've always felt like the statement itself is very powerful when used the right way. And I think in a lot of these protests that have been going on, it has been used in the right way. But I guess, and I can't discount your point either, is, look, you look in Washington, D.C., you look at all these other places that are renaming streets Black Lives Matter, avenues, and even in Memphis, they put it over Jackson Avenue.
This is what I'm saying. When you put the name Black Lives Matter up, then those names represent something. Okay? And I understand people talking about, okay, Black Lives Matter to people, okay? But at the same time, when you have an organization that's named and labeled Black Lives Matter, and what they do and what they stand for is evil, okay? Then you put this sign up on the street. What are people going to think? They're gonna think about, okay, black people do matter. At the same time, they're gonna hear about this organization. They're gonna think, oh, this organization is responsible for this, which they're not. You can't help but to think organization when you hear the word Black Lives Matter. That's the title of people. Black Lives Matter, and then you hear the organization Black Lives Matter. It's not the same thing, but you will hear, people will think that you're talking about the organization. So,
I guess, and even if not, you still got this.
Okay,
I'm not agreeing.
But this is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
if we could come up with another name, Black People Matter, or whatever.
Even that's simple, but it makes the same point. Yeah,
but but they don't have black. It's not the same thing. Organization.
Yeah.
But you can whatever name we can come up with. I think the name Black Lives Matter needs to be done away with and come up with something else when you're talking about concern about black lives or black people and police brutality, separate and apart from the organization Black Lives Matter. Because if you leave them both the same name, you're bringing them both into the same arena. And so we don't want to support Black Lives Matter. 901-213-6020. And you said Jet was anything else he was saying?
Yeah,
some other statements?
I'm going to pull up, going back to a lot of these comments here. I got all of them here. GKP says it's about context.
Okay.
Scroll back a little further. Omar Blaine, good morning. Frankie, good morning. Kelly, good morning to you, brother. Verdell, all of y'all. Albert, Citizen, good morning. He says, the nuclear family is not only gender segregated, the nuclear family also segregates grandparents. So in America, we have senior living facilities because grandparents are not included in the nuclear family, even if the senior needs help from the family. He said it's a huge topic itself.
Yeah.
GKP says, Vincent, you've never popped fireworks? Let's not get too deep now. This GKP. Look, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know about that because I know I did. I was younger. Even though I'm older, I'm like, hey, y'all can chill a little bit. Because they haven't stopped popping fireworks for, it seemed like a month straight.
Yeah.
And y'all know how
They did start early, didn't they?
I mean,
yeah, Memorial Day, yeah. They've been popping
it hadn't stopped. But anyway, I look at some more comments.
Tim Tucker from Columbus, Georgia.
Yes, sir.
Sean Pepper, Humboldt, Tennessee.
What's happening?
Yeah, welcome you guys in here. Frankie, thanks for watching. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And to finish, I forgot I didn't even finish.
Yeah.
He says, although pastors, churches, and everyone has allowed them to jack God's symbol to his people. I'm talking about the rainbow. Mm-hmm. And that would be the same if we allow Black Lives Matter to be taken to mean anything other than what it says. Kind of where I feel about it, even though I understand both sides of it, to be honest with you. You know, it's almost like you're letting some organization rip.
Okay, but what the organization is doing is enjoying people using their name, and they're taking advantage of the situation to bring attention to themselves.
Mm-hmm. Well, and look, here's what I've done when I bring up Black Lives Matter in the past, and even on the show, right? Or when you put the hashtag posting and different things. I'm like, when I say Black Lives Matter, I said this recently, I am not endorsing or talking about any particular organization.
Not the Black Lives. No, I'm not going to say a particular organization. I'm going to say, if you use the phrase Black Lives Matter, we're not the Black Lives Matter organization. There is an organization called Black Lives Matter, and we're not supporting them. It is supporting the statement, Black Lives Matter, but not the organization, which is corrupt, evil in its intentions.
So,
and it's down structure, the family structure they're trying to, the way God created to be one man and one woman, you know, and put women together and transgenders and all that other type of thing, and try to do it with the heterosexual way of straight and the way God created it. The Black Lives Matter movement is all about wanting to have their way with the organization, with people. You got to be able to understand what you're supporting. You can't follow deception and be deceived. You know, and this is what we have. All right, 012136020.
Some more comments. GKP says, so people going to think gay because you say Black Lives Matter.
I didn't say that. I said you would by saying Black Lives Matter, people will think Lives Matter, the organization. They'll think the organization rather than you just and you're concerned about really black people and the lives do matter. And you know, and then people are making a big fuss about the statement, you know, so hey, it's okay. Black lives do matter. Okay, only when a police officer do something to a black person. And let me say this, George Floyd, terrible situation. Other situations that happen with black men and police brutality, I totally disagree with that. Okay? I totally disagree with the police officers handle that situation, and they all need to be charged. But when we mention Black Lives Matter, we only talk about police officers when they kill a black person. Look at black neighbors. You know, go back and listen to the news this past weekend and overnight. Black people shot and killed black people several times. Shootings, black people at parties and things of that nature. Black people shooting black people. What are you going to say about that? Are you going to bring up the statement then? And when you're talking about black people killing black people, there's more people killing black people than police officers probably ever will. And I know some people getting mad at me. Well, you know, just because a white man kills a black man, you know, you hear that every now and then, but killing each other every day.
Now,
I'm not saying I agree. Trust me. I'm saying I agree with that, but we have to bring this out. How much do black people care about black people? Okay, go ahead. Other
No, that's a great point.
Other comments. What you got?
Let's see. Jed says, I was with him, meaning the clip I played, until the white supremacy part. He says, all aboard the coon train for that guy. Look, I'm going to tell you something. I did disagree with his last white supremacy. I mean, I think there's nothing wrong with trying to dismantle white supremacy, number one. And number two, for him to sit and say that was the only thing I agreed with him was the last 30 seconds. But for him to sit and say that, hey, he's on Fox Sports, two black hosts, that's not a problem anymore is naive. Because, look, we're two black and to say we didn't deal with white supremacy, just, where we were, it would be naive. Even though our position to say and deal with that would be idiotic.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter about that's still a problem. But anyway, let's see what else we got here. We got Greg says they, meaning the Black Lives Matter, sounds like they want to dismantle male lead entities, period. It sounds like families, businesses, etc. Meaning the male head or being the lead in anything. He also says, I think that Black Lives Matter has become more of a slogan than what the original intent in saying that meant. And what the actual organization said, what their platform was / is. The mission statement throws all kinds of wait, what? into the mix.
Wow.
So you get what I'm saying there?
You reading some more statements?
Yeah, that's what I was reading.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So that's it.
That's the statements. Okay. All right. Any other comments you'd like to make? Read your comments and phone calls. All right, John, let's take a quick break here. And when we come back, do I have Josh the other clipping of the Black Lives Matter thing in the downtown, the signs?
Yeah, we can talk about.
Okay, we can talk. And then there's another video I want to show you, folks. Listen, you don't want to go anywhere. You need to see this video. I mean, you really need to see it, and it's going to help you when you pull up to the next drive. Go there.
The next drive-through.
Yeah.
Fast
okay.
food.
Well, I'll get the whole thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to show you a video that'll probably make you twice before you do. We'll do that after the break. Hey, you're listening to Talk Back Live with Bob
and Josh.
It is now 10:02. 2 minutes past the hour, 10 o'clock Central Time, and a very pleasant good morning to you on a Monday morning. You're listening to Talk Back Live with Bob and Josh on Talk Back Live Radio Network. We'll be back after this.
Listening to Talk Back Live with Bob and Josh. Talking about current events and topics that matter. Call in now. 901-213-6020. 901-213-6020.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Pedestrian safety is a two-way street. Both drivers and walkers need to do their part to keep roads safe. When you're walking, remember, the drivers may not always see you, so remember to use these tips to continue to walk safely. Wear bright clothes. Always use crosswalks and obey signs. Lights and reflectors should be used. And finally, keep alert and do not walk distracted. This message brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Patrol.
CJ Used Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances has the best prices in town, sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'll tell you, they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances.
Headed for a high of 92 in Memphis today. Heat index will feel like, are you ready for this?
1,000 degrees.
Oh, well, it's going to feel like it. Well, 102 degrees.
Ooh, close.
That's what it'll feel like today. So, all right. Again, 901-213-6020. You can leave comments. We're Facebook Live. And Jacqueline out of Columbus, Georgia, is trying to connect with us on Facebook Live and listen to us as well. And also call.
Call from. To accept.
All right. Call. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning on a Monday. Yes, good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. Okay.
Yeah, good.
All right. Something's wrong with this phone there. Whatever. But call. You can call us back and try to get through again. We'll talk to you. Before we left, we were talking about Black Lives Matter statement.
Mm-hmm.
That's the statement that people made concerned about black people, right?
Yeah.
All right. When you make that statement, also you're listening. You're talking about also the Black Lives Matter movement, and Pete, that's what most people think.
Call from.
Carl.
Call. Welcome to the show. Good morning on a Monday.
Well, good morning to you, Bob and Josh. I have been tied up for a while. It's so good to hear your voice.
Man.
Well,
Am I on Facebook Live with Bob and Josh?
you're on Facebook Live. You're on the TalkBackLive radio network. You're on the Spreaker app. You're everywhere. Mm-hmm. You're around the world. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, Bob.
Yes.
Have you had to see Hamilton on Disney Live yet?
Well, now, just explain what he's talking about. Hamilton is a stage play that's extremely popular, and I saw it's on Disney Plus. I have not watched it, Carl, either. But have you? Are you interested in the stage play arts? Is that your type of thing? Hello?
Hello.
You mean you know, Bob? Like you go to a place, sit down, watch people perform, go on stage, hit their mark, stuff like that.
Yeah,
like school plays when you.
I know what you're talking about, Carl. I have not been. I have not been.
Well, why am I bringing this up?
Why?
Because it's kind of related to what's going on now in America with the young people coming, striking out, showing that America has changed over the years. We are not back in the 1950s. We have been diversified. The world is changing, and 45 is still trying to live in 1957.
You're talking about 45. You're talking about the president.
Yes, I am, sir. That's the best I can do. 45.
Okay.
I understand.
Okay. He stood on the fort at Mount Rushmore in the shadow of them on Friday night trying to people that we are in for. When on that night, Bob, a lot of people look at Hamilton on live to 40 people play that is very popular, showing how diversified this world is. That this current man in 45 is living.
Yeah.
My point is, we as Americans are moving forward. We're to go back to 1957 and look at the Lone Ranger and picket fences, houses, and Fort Cleveland coming home saying, "Honey, I'm home."
Well, okay. So what does that do with Black Lives Matter statement?
Well, all lives matter. No, sorry, that's wrong. Black lives do matter.
Don't go down that road.
But you know what we're talking about. Carl, you know
what, down that road.
You know what we're talking about, don't you?
Yes, sir. I think so.
Okay, we're talking about the Black Lives Matter statement, and then we're talking about the Black Lives. That statement is the same as the Black Lives Matter organization. Do you know what the Black Lives organization stands for?
No, you tell me. I'm on the same page.
Okay, I can tell you just came in. The Black Lives Matter organization is not standing for black people. The Black Lives organization was founded by 3 gay women, and their agenda is to promote the transgender, is to promote gay women and lesbianism, and want to do away with the structure, the way God created man and woman to produce and to live as a family. The regular, what you call it, the what's the name of the regular family?
Normal family.
Yeah, yeah. There's a name call it. What do you call it?
I think I wouldn't worry about too much.
Heterosexual.
Yeah, heterosexual ball. Yeah.
The straight family, yeah. And so they don't stand for that. They stand for gay women, lesbianism, and transgenders. That's what they promote. So when you use the word Black Lives Matter, then most people would think about the organization. And then that would the organization. Then people want to, which is wrong, which is evil in its origin. So we need to stop using the statement Black Lives Matter, or do we? Or do we come up with something else and say, hey, black people matter, or black whatever.
I know there's a lot of
come up with. That's a lot of information, but when you say Black Lives Matter, people would think. Do you think about the organization Black Lives Matter when you hear that?
No, sir. I think about the Black Lives situation now, and let me explain why. Bob, you have a moment.
Okay,
go ahead.
No, I mean, when I have a moment, I have a moment, but not 20 minutes. You.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Bob, as long as you are a black man, ever change, sir. But you ever change your way.
I would never.
Look, Carl, as you can see, nothing changed. So, yeah.
Yeah, I can tell. So, as I make my point.
Make your point.
I did Hamilton, and then coming back to Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
But people are always trying to hijack our agenda. See, there are people now talking about Black Lives Matter only referring to where white officers don't always kill black people. They throw in all these crazy statistics. Only 9 black men been shot over the past year. That ain't the point. We're talking about black people that have been mistreated along the way over the past 50 years.
I understand.
For example, Bob, well, that's what the statement about. It's not necessarily about people being killed. It's a time when you driving through Germantown, minding your business in the middle of the night, trying to take a shortcut home, and you come to a stop sign. You wait 2 seconds, thing you know, you drive off, the police pull up and pull you over and ask you, were you asleep at the sign? I said, what do you mean was I asleep? Well, you didn't move fast enough. Then they want to look at your driver's license. They want to look at your insurance card because they know if they can get you on any type of technicality, you're going to jail.
So you're talking about them pointing out black people in Germantown?
I'm saying what happened when I, as a black man, was in Germantown. Let's not change the ball.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to find out where you're coming from.
Okay. We're talking about the black female that goes into a fancy dress shop, looking at a dress that may cost $400.
Okay.
Looking around, and then here comes the sales clerk, walk up to the lady and say, "Can you afford to buy this dress?" What happened to, "May I help you?" That's what we're talking about too. We're also talking about when you go try to buy a house, say in Kaya's deal, Bob.
Okay. And
when you get there, the ladies say, "Oh, I forgot to take the sign down. This house been sold." Those things that matter. That's what we're fighting against. All this crazy stuff. Yes, people been shot, and I hate that Mr. Floyd was killed. But I hate that other people been killed in Georgia and the girl that killed in Kentucky. That should not never happen.
Yeah.
But all the little things. We ain't talking about in school where a young black man making good grades got a chance to go to a black college university, and the counselors will say, "Well, the only school that want you are Jackson State or State." But even though your scores are good enough to get into Mississippi,
right?
That's what we're talking about. And they say, no, that matters too. And then they talk about this flag down in Mississippi, the state flag with the Confederate on the ball. Let me get started. I have no problem with the Mississippi Rebels being Mississippi Rebels. Okay. If they want to have a name related to Confederate, that's the way I was handling that was I played them a football game or basketball game, run the score. When they asked us why y'all ran the score, we said because your nickname or because your coach. That's how you do things.
And I'm gonna tell you real quick to your point.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you remember, and this is why I get where you're coming from. Now, the good thing this is on the good side of what's been happening with this movement, with the movement people have started. That is, I remember you probably heard about this, and I actually put an article on TalkBackLive Network. By the way, y'all go check it out. A Mississippi State player who's one of the top running backs in the country that refused to play unless the flag was changed. The state flag changed, and as you see, more and more, the head coach of the Ole Miss Rebels, ironically, Mike, head coach of the team, all the major college in the state of Mississippi came and said we need that flag changed. Guess what?
Why? Because colleges like Ole Miss, Mississippi State, major colleges said that they will not support that. They will not play under the flag. So when you get big organizations like that and make a statement like that, then it will affect the people about changing things. Yes. This is what we need to do. People need to be outlawed.
Right.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's right. With corporation and your wallet get to talking, you will change your mind in a hurry.
Yeah,
you certainly will.
Because football is big money, and all these black players too. I mean, come on now, you got to recruit coaches. To be honest with you, you got to continue to recruit these black kids, and you can't keep doing it if you support stuff.
Right,
so
right.
You better come out and say something. Hey, I don't know if people know this, and I put this once at TalkBackLiveNetwork.org. You can see the video. Coach K saying, ironically, that Black Lives.
Yeah.
So Nick Saban came out and said, Alabama. You talking about deep South Alabama?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know,
Nick Saban came out in support of black people.
And you know that's big. Alabama wins all the time, and that's my team.
Oh yeah.
You know. Carl, I didn't ask you, but go ahead.
I forgot this is your show.
Yeah.
And Bob, I forgot which I said earlier, that you are never going to change who. I'm sorry, I phrased that wrong. You are a man who believes in your conviction,
yes.
and as long as you are a black man, you're going to say what's on your mind to it. That's why people respect you, Bob.
Yeah, okay, I appreciate that.
and let's be real here.
Okay.
Coaches know who they are. They want that $7 million contract a year. They need players who play the skill positions on football teams.
Exactly.
And the skill positions on football, Bob and Josh, as you all know, are wide receiver, running back, defensive back, defensive end, and middle linebackers.
Yeah.
And most of them, wait for it, y'all, are African people.
Yes. Yeah.
So the University of Memphis put Black Lives Matter and to try to get African American athletes to come play for the University of Memphis because of that, and they know they need a player. They have to get those guys. Yes, they may be talented, but they are doing it to those guys to have a winning season so they can have a football team and make money. Because as we know in Memphis, you're not going to a Memphis Tiger football team if you have sorry white players playing skill position and you're 2-10.
Did you just make a racist statement?
Oh, why?
White players?
Just
okay,
look,
but
Carl,
anyway.
just because
there are good.
How many Miss Tiger players in the last 6 years who are not African Americans been drafted by the NFL that play? Wait for it. Wide receiver, running back, defensive back, middle linebacker. We quarterback get drafted, but we know what happens.
Yeah. And ironically, and look, and the one guy I thought had a chance didn't. That was my guy Austin Hall, who I actually like.
Yeah.
I didn't
get drafted either. Poor guy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, for a while there, they had the wrong coach. Good thing he's on the Florida. Yeah. But anyway.
Now, Bob, I know this. You're on Facebook.
Yeah.
I tried, but I would never stir up anything controversially. That would be cruel.
You just did, Carl.
Yeah, you just stirred all sorts of stuff, but it's okay. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Anything else you need to talk about today?
Yeah. I think what I need to do today, Bob, it was get in contact with two outstanding people in the city of Memphis and allow me to get my point of view across. That's all anybody asked for. Yeah. And, Bob, you may be a lot of things, but at least you're fair.
Maybe a lot of things.
Well,
Carl, I don't even want to hear the lot of things that you think about. Okay? Carl, thanks for the phone call.
Yeah, get out of here. Why you hang up?
You're almost in trouble, man.
So, in other words, I need to quit while I am behind, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I think so.
As always. Yes.
Thank you so much. And Josh,
yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Carl. Bye. All right, 902136020. And
Carl.
And hey, make a comment on what we were talking about. Also, Josh, there's a video we have, audio we have too about what happened downtown. Black Lives Matter is concerned.
Yes.
And I know some people may be listening, but is he beating up Black Lives? I'm not beating up on Black Lives Matter statement. I'm not beating up on black people, but I'm disappointed. I'm beating up on the organization Black Lives Matter. It stands for. Don't get it twisted, folks. The Black Lives Matter, people concerned about lives, totally different from the organization Black Lives Matter for lesbian, gay women, transgender, and all that type of thing. So, Josh, the Black Lives Matter people or whatever were downtown, and they put some signs and things up. And let's listen to this audio, folks, and you can see it on Facebook.
Just to jump in for a second.
Yeah.
Now, to what you're saying, you're right. So y'all know what's going on with City Hall lately, and that whole thing, and those people are no longer there. But this was the situation that was going on and why. To some degree, it explains why.
Right.
But y'all check it out. Give us your thoughts. Was it wrong? And we'll be back.
All right. And I have another around coming up that will, and I want your folks disgusting.
Yeah. And it's a whole nother topic, man.
So, take a listen to this, and we'll be back.
Dozens of Black Lives Matter that were surrounding City Hall. Nick Dillon is live in downtown. Dominic, administrators say that they believe the city was trying to suppress their First Amendment rights.
We spoke to several activists who say they will not be silenced, and every sign will go back. As you can see, they've already hung several on this fence.
No, I know, and we're just going back.
Came down, and demonstrators quickly replaced them with more.
They're violating our First Amendment rights. They took down.
I'm blocking you. You know what I mean?
Protesters attempted to block Memphis city workers signs, while workers cleared the fence.
The mayor has time for signage, but he doesn't have time to talk to the citizens that ask him to step up and use his position for power for good.
Protesters say workers, they received their orders to remove the sign from Mayor Jim Strickland.
I woke up and it was like just a gang of workers and stuff like that, and like they like Mayor Strickland told them to take the sign.
For more than a week, Hall has been an epicenter for the local Black Lives Matter movement. Protesters set up a campsite while they wait for their demands to be met.
We'll put more up. They'll probably put chalk on the ground. If we got to raise money, to a statue there for Black Lives Matter, we probably will.
To the mayor's office, and we have not heard back from them. Reporting live downtown, Dominique Dillon, Fox 13 News.
Okay, there you have it. The signs were being put up by the Black Lives Matter movement. People putting signs up on the downtown City Hall and that type of thing, and then putting up tents, camping out down by the City Hall. So, what do you think about that? Now, then Josh, and one of the guys that's kind of sounded a little weak there,
and that's Dempster, who a lot of y'all know who he is. He's a white guy, by the way. Leading a lot of protests.
Yeah.
From downtown to.
But this is what he said. By them taking the sign down, the police, the city came by and cut off the fence.
He said
they're gonna put them right back up, but he said they're violating our First Amendment right. Come on, man. Are you really serious? Are you serious? Your First Amendment rights? What does your First Amendment rights tell you? You can come up to somebody's yard and put a sign up on their fence, on their property that's not yours? That's not your First Amendment right to do that. Your First Amendment right is that the property is not belong to you. That's the city hall. That's hey. So it belongs to okay. Everybody in town can go to the city hall and put up a sign saying they want to say on the fence. Is that what you're saying? No, absolutely not. Certain things that you can and cannot do. Well, they're violating our First Amendment rights. You don't have a right to do something like that. You have a right to go to jail. Putting up signs on and talking about they cutting them down. And then back up. I don't blame the city for cutting your signs down.
Now to read a little more.
Yeah.
What happened after that incident, right?
Okay, go ahead.
Because this video is from a few years ago. Then later, the Memphis police came down and moved the protesters. It was an hour standoff that happened at City Hall between those folks and the police. Then they started making arrests later Wednesday morning. I'm reading some more. Just let to get into what you're probably about to say. Yeah. Because I want people to hear that happened.
Yes, sir.
City officials said the move was necessary to allow for renovation of the building's roof and exterior, and that the demonstrators were free to continue exercising their First Amendment rights elsewhere on the plaza. Demonstrators questioned that and said that the construction was a pretext to remove their camp. Now, according to this, the demonstrators appeared to not resist the police officers as they were placed one by one into police vehicles. Officers picked up one man boldly and were carrying him before he started walking. 2 others were carried all the way to a truck by 3 officers each. So there's all that was going on.
Yeah. Well, did their First Amendment rights be violated? Or do people have a right to come in your yard and put any kind of signs on your fence and say that's their First Amendment rights? 901-213-6020 before we, and also I'll say something else about downtown the and then they camped down there. Now here's the thing that I did with the police department in the city. The mayor told them to go down, and some people said to arrest the people, whatever, to move them, and then the reason was that they needed to be moved was that there was construction that was going on. Come on, don't use this is what I disagree with.
Yeah,
don't use construction going on to
like
get as a cop out so that you can remove these people. Be bold. You're in charge of the city. Police officers know what they're supposed to do. Do it. If you send them down there and say, hey, go down there and remove those people and tell them they will not be doing that anymore and they've got to move, and if not, you take them to jail. Don't make up, hey, well, there's going to be construction going on. You got to, no, just straight out tell them you can't be here anymore. That's the only thing I disagree with the city about, making a statement like they're going to be construction going on, try to make up a reason to get them to leave. Or telling them a lie.
Now,
tell them the truth. Tell them the reason why you really want them out of there. Yeah.
What's interesting, according to, and this is from Fox 13, the first one I read was from the Commercial Appeal. Now, this is from Fox 13. They said the city did provide to the protesters 2 separate locations on the plaza that they can protest if they want to. But they couldn't protest and camp out where they were because of what they said they had going on. So,
and let's see who the statement to Albert. Thanks for joining us, man. Albert said, "No, Bob. First Amendment says the government cannot suppress your voice, among other things. That is not a private fence; it's a public fence, and very capable to hold our voice if they want to block our voice." Well, but then everybody can go down the fence down and put up what they want to put up on the fence. Signs everywhere. Signs. Is that okay with you? But no, I don't believe that's the case here. That they would be able to do that. Maybe I'm wrong. What do you think, folks? Can anybody go and just put signs up at the hall on the fence and think it's okay and just leave them up there?
And Greg pointed out that capitalism equals slavery. Yeah, that's a bit outrageous. The signs that was in the video it said capitalism equals slavery. I don't know about that.
Yeah. So, hey, what do you think about it? Anyway, that kind of mess that goes on that went on down there with those signs, and I'm glad the city hall did, and police did arrest those people that were out there wanting to camp out there and all that kind of stuff, smelly, and how many days were they out there? I don't know, just hanging out down there, and some of you people can get funky, hanging out for days and not bathing and all that, talking about this is for rights. You need to go somewhere. All how many of it was, that's crazy. Anyway, Josh,
all I can say is I couldn't do that.
No,
I couldn't do it.
Albert said the law says government cannot prosecute that. Well,
I got you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What are your comments on that? Do you think City Hall treated them wrong? This is a protest, Bob, not vandalism. Big bug. I think he meant big difference. Yeah, I hear you, Albert. I hear you, and appreciate your comments. Josh, there's another video now talking about something else. Let's see. It is now in 34 minutes past the hour of 10 o'clock Central Time. A very pleasant good morning to you. And our other video that we're going to show is a different topic. And this is what I want to show you guys.
GKP, whoa, Pop.
I wonder where he get that from. Whoa.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Now talking about another topic.
Oh, let me lead up to what you're about to say.
Yeah.
So you can get into it. So, all right, now y'all see the photo that's on the screen. I know Bob's going on a second. So, you see, what you're seeing is a man looking at a stack of tacos. And now, this is just an example of what happened. I think that's at a Taco Bell. And he was fired, of course.
Yeah.
But, so think about this. These are things that we don't know.
That go on.
Yeah, that occur at fast food restaurants. Now, of course, it's not all of them, but you just don't know what's happening. So, the question is, do you guys ever feel any nervousness when going to these places now, especially after with the power of social media and these phones where you can record everything and take pictures?
Yeah.
You know, you start to see the things that go on in these places.
Right.
Does it give you cause for pause? Now, we're going to play a video here. And it's only like 20 seconds. So
yeah, and this is not the taco video. This is something totally different. Take a listen, or take a watch on this. Take a look at this.
Yeah.
If you don't, you'll miss it. I don't see how you can miss it.
You ain't going to miss it.
You're not going to miss it. But watch what this lady, or this girl does that works at a checker.
Yeah, Checkers. Check this out.
Check this out. We'll be back after this, and phone lines are open, and you're on your statement.
Yeah.
As well. Take a look at this.
Ray, son, let's nigga this shit, yo. Oh my god. Niggas is wildin'.
Baby. Whole time I think she was talking about the next order. Go try.
Oh.
Play that again.
Well, it's replaying over and over.
All right. Yeah.
So go ahead.
This girl working at a chair. Look at her. She rubbing on the floor.
And
the
remember, yours
bun.
is delayed.
And so she rubs the bun on the floor, the wet floor of the restaurant where she eats sandwich of some type there. And she takes the bun, rubs it on the wet floor where she's stepping, and then put mayonnaise on the bun, pickles, and all that other kind of stuff on the bun to make a sandwich to sell the sandwich. Now, that is nasty. That was at Checkers. I don't know where, but it was at a Checkers. Albert says nasty people should be exposed.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyone that ever visited that Taco Bell should have found him and whipped his. Oh, I say that, GK. You know I can't say that. Okay. Kelly says, shaking my head. She served that. Yes, she did.
Yeah.
That was sorry. Play it again.
Okay, and you don't have to stop while it's playing, so you can keep going.
So, same GKB says to anyone who has visited Checkers. Absolutely. This lady, Checkers, she's a sandwich.
Hey, look.
You know, and then these young people in there. I mean, the thing about it is this. Do you do you have to make a worker angry for them something like this to your food? You know, this lady rubs it on the floor of the restaurant. All kinds of, look at that, germs and everything. Okay? She puts it back up on the table there where she makes the sandwich, puts mayonnaise on the sandwich, and she puts. Now she's ready to serve someone.
Man.
Do you have to make a person angry? Or do you think someone made this girl angry at a drive-thru or something in order for her to do this?
And now look, okay, there's
a
lot of questions you're asking.
Or do you think that people in general at restaurants like this just do this?
Okay, now let me jump in here for a second, because I see all this. Here is the thing, in my opinion. Of course, don't get me wrong, disgusting, and she should be fired, thrown in jail. You know, fed. She should be made to eat that sandwich and everything else.
But see, now the thing about it, we don't know how did this sandwich affect the person that received it. That's the thing you think.
But I just want to finish.
Okay,
the point,
go ahead.
All that's.
Yes,
I
sir.
get it.
Yes, sir.
Look, this is why. I'm not saying this will prevent this, but it could help. This is why you got to treat folks right when you go to these places. You can't be up here talking to folks anything at these type of restaurants, fast food, and at the time they're making your food, man, just don't do it, man. You gotta talk nice to the folks that are preparing your food, because they can do whatever they want to it, and you would not know.
Okay, well, what about the old-fashioned way? Okay, people are gonna make you angry. People are going to get angry at you. But the thing is, you're there to serve the people. You're there to serve their food, irregardless if they make you angry or not. That's why you work. You work under pressure. You do suppose somebody made you angry or said something wrong over the drive-thru or whatever. Okay, so they said to me, I'm going to get back. I'm going to pee in their tea. I'm going to a biscuit in my underwear or whatever. You know, a rub like this, rub the bun on the floor, nasty, and then here he said, Robert says, the spoon she wiped on has now contaminated the whole jar.
That's a great point.
That's a great point. I agree with that.
She stuck
it in the sauce and all that mayonnaise, whatever she put on that bun. Now that spoon is contaminated, and there goes the whole container. Now all the germs are in there, and people. You wonder why some people go to places and then they end up getting sick. Oh, I got sick one. And then there's a picture here of a guy standing in a container of lettuce with shoes on.
Yeah,
he's got his shoes on. Standing in two
tubs
of lettuce with his feet walking on the floor, and looks like the same place, looks like the same type of floor.
Same type of floor. Now, a lot of us had that type of
floor, yeah.
But still.
On 2 tubs of lettuce with his shoes on. Been walking on the floor, walk from home, from the car to the building, or wherever his feet have been. Now is standing on 2 tubs of lettuce. And the way or what?
Yeah.
Anyway.
And see, look, that's why, man. At least for me, food stuff is a must. But man, because you just never know.
Yeah.
Now I know that. Look, now
just real quick.
Yeah, I know this is not going to stop people from to these places, because it's like, I love Checkers fries.
I don't know. Stuff like this is really, that turned me off. I don't even know getting anything from. I know one thing.
Man.
One thing you can get from Checkers, I think, for you to eat, and that's their.
You love their wings.
What the say that you can trust that is because it goes in the grease.
Yeah.
Okay, and it fries. Now, when it comes up, it's very hot. They only cook it to order.
Yeah.
Okay, so if it comes, underwear, or whatever. If they do anything to that, you can tell when you open it up. It's
True.
Just, you can just tell.
Yeah.
But
now they can roll it on the floor.
Well, you can tell it's wet too. You can tell whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, Jet says, "What is it?"
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
He says, I think most people need to be pissed off to do this. Very few are just this evil.
Yeah, I don't know, Jet. These days, just this girl here.
But you know what it looks like?
She looks like,
But no, to me though, she looks like she did it because of something. Well, I really think because the way she's laughing, it was somebody that maybe, even if it wasn't that bad, but she did, and I'm just gonna do this, and I'm gonna laugh about it.
Looks like to me though, she just did it just to be doing something. There are certain people that come through. People look at them and say, "Man, and just do evil."
Yeah, that's true.
And people do this kind of stuff. What purpose does that serve? It doesn't serve a purpose to do something like that and maybe make somebody sick or.
That has to be the reason.
Come on. But is that a way?
Or just to spite.
Is that a way? Well, does that say something about her home bringing? The way she's raised? The way she came up? You don't do stuff like that. I mean, she must have seen this or heard about this somewhere else in order for her. Or do you think she had to see this at home or heard this, somebody in her family say evil stuff like this? You should do this, you should do that in order for her to be able to do something like this.
Well, I don't think it takes all that. I mean, I'm sure she's, just like I've seen, other people have seen people do stuff in restaurants.
Yeah.
Or videos of it. But I just think she's like, hey, let me just do this just to spite him. Drop it and rub it on the floor.
Yeah.
I can't, that is so disgusting. I can't even tell.
Okay, GKP said, here the pitch, Josh.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Be nice is the quote. It's like a pitch, right?
Yeah.
Be nice to fast food workers. They are people too. LOL.
Well, that's true.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Look, that's true.
As despite how evil it is, don't be going like food, whether it's a fast food or Outback Steakhouse, and they're gonna go back there and hey, they got control of your food. You can't see nothing that's happening. You better some people. I'm telling you.
Some people sit at the table at Outback or whatever. Why are you taking so long? You brought me this stuff. Blah blah blah. This is not done right. Take it back. Blah, blah. Some people be nasty. Hey, they'll bring it back, but through additives.
Jay says they're not gonna stick that in their. They're not gonna stick that in their underwear. What'd you say? He said I'm rolling over here.
Hey, Jay, you never know, man.
The hot wings, they ain't gonna put that down.
Not the hot wings, no. But food like
burn your drawers,
buns and things like that, and all that. They may even white with them. I don't know, but whatever. People are nasty. People can be nasty. Evil mind. Jet says, he said, that's what I thought with he was laughing.
Mm-hmm.
What did he mean by that?
He thought she did it on purpose because of something somebody said.
I agree. Well, because somebody said something?
That's
or she just did it just to be doing something.
It's possible, but the way she was laughing is almost like she's getting back at somebody.
Really?
That's what it looks like to me. But, hey, she could just... That's true, too, so... but either way, don't make it right.
Albert says, it's a lot how her house is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's true. And GKP says, when steak and shake turn into steak and... Oh, God, there he goes again. I can't say that word, GKP. Out of Memphis, Tennessee. Steak and Shake turns to Steak and says, so her spouse gets angry. She grabs a can of dog food and makes her meatloaf. Yeah, man, just because you're mad and you get angry, it means that you have to do something to get back at it. You know, that's evil.
Deliverance.
Yeah, that's exactly what they need. What was that?
Mm-hmm.
Listen to what he says. So her spouse gets angry with her.
Yeah.
Okay. Her spouse is angry with her. Dog food and makes her spouse. So just her angry. Okay. So immediately that means that she's got to do something to get back at him. And like he said here, can of dog food and make her. Well, we don't mean to put that out there like that. So, folks, please do not take a can of dog food. Make your husband meatloaf.
That is terrible.
Go ahead, Josh. You
no,
and try to make your husband meatloaf just because he made you angry.
That is.
No, we're not promoting that. And this is what this girl did: wiped that nasty, wet restaurant floor. Oh, all of that stuff on folks. That is low down to me. She needs to be fired, and they need to, whatever. If someone's sick, eating fast food, what should they do? Should they go back to the restaurant and let people know, the manager or somebody know, I got sick from eating your food, so that they can look into this? They should have cameras in there, right? And this situation here is everywhere. It's all over Facebook now.
Yeah.
And so what do you think will happen to the girl?
Even with all that, does it, as we said earlier, does it give you cause to pause and like, hey, I'm not going to any more fast food restaurants? Or are you willing to overlook that, put your hands on the food and and save yourself?
Or like Jet said, don't make them angry when you go to the drive-thru. Then they're just like Albert says here. Nasty people are really nasty.
Oh, look,
Kelly.
Kelly says that these fast food workers, they could do something to you, or throw a blender like the manager and hit the young lady. Now I never forget. I remember about a year ago we did that. And see again, if the lady yelling at the manager, she threw that, or the lady threw a blender at her eye. Eye for an eye.
Jet says, I was thinking the same thing. She must be a young woman. That's true.
And GKP says Albert be on some of that BLM, the Black Matter, with that statement. Ain't he, Bob? Her? LOL. See, there we go.
Okay. All right. Before we leave today, we appreciate to thank everybody for joining us today. It is now 10:53, 53 minutes past the hour, 10 o'clock Central Time, and it's been a pleasure to be on with you today. And folks, just looking at this, I was in a blender.
Oh yeah. We'll have to show you that later.
Yeah, that's another time. We'll show you that if we can pull it up again. Yeah, this lady here, man, and got with that big checkers written across her shoulders.
Yeah.
And then, that makes people think about all the checkers now. And then this guy, that floor to me looks like a subway floor.
Yeah.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago, I used to manage Subway.
Mm-hmm.
And that floor looks like a subway floor. But those shoes, that guy, I'm talking about this guy with his shoes standing in 2 tubs of lettuce with his shoes on. My goodness, that is so evil. Now, okay, so then this guy licking all of these tacos. Okay, somebody made him mad. Why didn't he just lick their tacos? No, he just nasty.
He licked everybody.
He licked everybody. Whoever's going to come by, he's licked everybody's taco shell. It's not just because somebody made them mad. These are evil people doing nasty and dirty things. This guy standing in this tub of lettuce with his shoes on. He's not just, doing that for one person.
No.
He's got a lot of people involved with his shoes standing in that tub of lettuce. That's just people being nasty and evil.
Gonna make you take some Lysol in there and spray your food down for you.
Albert said, no, just learning the Black Lives Matter stuff. This Black Lives Matter stuff. Great show. Have faith. Good people. Jay says, and how is Albert a top fan? I'm about to block y'all. Well, Jay, I don't know.
Look, I don't know how it works. Look.
I think you have to apply for it. Do you have to apply to be a top fan?
No, but honestly, it does it on its own.
Does it?
The Facebook page, like, all I have to do is turn it on. And it says the people that comment the most will turn to top fans. So, I'm not one yet, GKP. I have to talk to the Facebook committee. I mean, but
let me do some research.
We have no power over it.
Let me do some research, GKP. I want to make sure, if we can, make you a top fan, because you are our top fan.
Yeah, literally.
And we really appreciate you, man. Oh. Even if they don't put top fan above your name, you're a top fan to us.
Yeah,
so,
in our heart.
In our hearts.
You may not have the badge, but it's right here.
In our hearts.
Yeah.
But anyway, you're a top fan to us, GKP, and yeah.
Hey, check it out. So I some comments I missed. Watch party. Can't go through all of these, but shout out to Carrie
before we leave.
Justin Wagner out of Michigan, who always watching. I appreciate you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie Taylor. Carrie says, let's call it the Black American movement. That's the thought. Now, only thing is people overseas is adapted as you try to include all of them. But I get that, though.
Well,
that's
you talking about Black Lives Matter. Mm-hmm. That's talking about, you talking about leaving people out overseas. What do you mean?
Well, black people.
Black Lives Matter, talking about black people. Black, what did he say?
Black Americans matter. Black American movements, that is.
Oh, okay. Well,
but now, he said also, BLM is really LGBTQ reinvented.
Yeah.
Which is
that's good stuff. Yeah.
Rod Tiger said, that is disgusting. That's why I minimize eating out.
Yeah.
He said, is that a Checkers here in Memphis? I don't know. And Rod also says she wipes her husband's toothbrush in the dog's butt.
Oh.
Good grief. Well,
I don't
know how Rod found that information out. But
is that why his teeth yellow? I don't know.
Lord.
But anyway.
It's going to be more than that.
Yeah. GKP says, I've been since day one, man.
Yes, you have.
Yes, you have. GKP. Really, he said, he gets angry. He says, forget about it. Right there. We have to.
Yeah, man, we got to get
now GKP is upset with me for no reason. Just because they didn't make him top fan. Well, you're our top fan. And he said, just okay.
Well, GKP.
Deliverance. Yeah, that's what you need. Yeah. But anyway, GKP, I know, just kidding. We appreciate all of you checking in with us today, locally, nationally, internationally, phone calls, and all that. Welcome to the show. Thanks for calling. We hadn't heard from Carl in, few years. We was on the other stage. We're on TalkBackLive Network. Carl, thanks for that. And maybe he can tell some of those other people about us. Hey, been a pleasure to be on today, and we're going to leave you today and be back again on Wednesday, 9 a.m. for another edition of Talk Back Live with Bob and Josh. Have a wonderful day today. And folks, be careful if you're driving out in the rain on the interstate today, and watch for the other people. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
You're listening to Talk Back Live with Bob and Josh. Talking about current events and topics that matter.